Hello everyone, welcome to the topic Punctuation Matters by Yumnam Oken. Hello friends, sometime back I had read a book by Lynne Truss. This is the book. You look at the title here. The title is Eats, Shoots and Leaves. And there is a panda. You can see a panda there. Now let's see what is this panda doing. The panda, as you can see in the picture, is trying to erase the comma here. So let's see what a panda is. Here you see here, a panda is a kind of bear that eats, shoots and leaves. The same can be written as given in sentence number 2 there. There is no difference between the two except the presence or absence of this comma. The first one, the comma, where the comma is there, let's see the meaning of panda here. Okay, it's a bear who does the action of eating, eats, and then shoots. So he has done this action of shooting also, and then leaves the place. So the panda must be someone like this, a panda who eats, after that shoots and leaves the place. If we look at number 2, this bear, this is the one who is eating, shoots and leaves. So it must be like this one. So you see here, it is because of this that the earlier panda was trying to erase the comma here. So this video presentation is partly inspired by Lynne Truss' book. So let's continue analyzing about the importance of punctuation. Let's observe this sentence here. Let's eat grandma. Here, if you say this sentence to your grandma, let's see what would be the reaction of your grandma. Something like this. She'll be very afraid that she's going to be eaten up by her grandchildren. But if we put a comma here after the word eat, then surely it means you are asking grandma to eat. So your grandma reaction will be something like this. She'll be happy. So that's the importance of punctuation. So a punctuation can save lives. Now coming to next here is a shop here who is asking you to come inside to buy CDs, videos, DVDs and books. But instead of the plural markers, here he has got apostrophes before the letter S. So it is in possessive form, which is wrong. It should have been in this one. If it was in this one with apostrophe, you are coming inside for CDs. CD is what? No, is no answer to that. So it's a mistake. It should be like this. And then here, look at this newspaper heading. Fans fury at stadium inquiry. Okay. Now let's see whose fury. Is it fans, singular or plural? Here it is a plural fan, a single person. So it's very doubtful. Okay, now let's come to another one here, another headline here. That son's photos may be released. But whose photos? Is it one son's or many sons? So the mistake only here had been the missing of an apostrophe here, because of which the whole meaning goes wrong. So let's come to another one here. Okay, look at this sentence. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou, not refraining thy foot from their way. This same sentence can be written in a different way. Of course, the same words, slightly changing the location of the comma after thou here. It has been shifted to after not. Because of the shift in the location of the comma, let's see the difference in meaning. The first one, it is an encouragement to the son to become sinner, to become a sinner. But in case of number 2, it is an advice against becoming a sinner. So that's the difference, all because of punctuation. Now let's come here again. Now I must go and get on, my lover. Okay, you can say my love also. Okay, if you get such a comment or such a sentence from your love, okay, then it means farewell. He or she is asking you to bid farewell. But you see here this comma, if we remove the comma, it's no longer a farewell. Just guess what it is. Now coming to this sentence, this is one which I have seen many times in social media as well as certain blogs. Here, a woman without her man is nothing. Here, let's see how it can be written in different ways. Most men, they prefer this one. A woman without her man is nothing. So who is nothing here in this sentence? A woman is nothing. Okay, now let's come to the sentence given by majority of the women. A woman, column, okay, a woman without her man is nothing. Here, who is nothing? It is man who is nothing. So all because of the change in punctuation, the meaning varies. The meaning is different. So there's the importance of punctuation. Now look at this letter. This letter has been written by a little boy by the name of Pip to Joe. You can find this in Great Expectations, a novel by Charles Dickens. If you try to read this letter, of course you can read it by guessing it slowly and slowly, but it would take time and it will tax your mind also. It would have been much easier and better and comfortable if it was written properly like this, with proper punctuation marks and proper capitals and small letters. From here, what we learn is that number one, our eyes, they are not used to reading all letters which are written in complete capital letters. And number two, punctuation also matters a lot. Now let's come to another one here, another letter here, a beautiful love letter by Jill to a certain Jack. This is a heart-touching, beautiful letter, but the same letter without changing a single word, if it is written, slightly changing only the punctuation marks, if it is written like this. Okay, let's see. Dear Jack, I want a man who knows what love is. All about you are generous, kind, thoughtful people who are not like you. Admit to being useless and inferior. You have ruined me. For other men I yearn. For you I have no feelings whatsoever. When we are apart, I can be forever happy. Will you let me be yours? Well, this is another farewell. Okay, let's say this is a breakup letter. No more a love letter. Why? All because of punctuations, change in punctuation. So punctuations, okay, punctuation marks, it saves lives. So we have to be careful. And look at this apostrophe, which is one of the most important, frequently mistaken punctuation mark here. Look at this sentence. Am I looking at my dinner or the dogs? Here the two sentences, they are exactly the same. The difference is only with the presence or absence of an apostrophe here. So the first sentence is looking, here the speaker is looking at a dinner, and he's asking if the dinner is his or the dog's. Might be the dinner was not as good as the one that I have shown you here, so he's asking if it is dog's dinner or his dinner. But if we look at the second sentence where the dogs has got no apostrophe, he's not looking at this beautiful dish, this on the plate, but instead he's looking at the dogs, and he wants to eat the dogs. That's why he's asking if he's looking at his dinner or the dogs. So that's the power of punctuation. And now coming to possessives in determiner forms and pronoun forms, both in singular and this plural. You see the forms here, your, his, her, and its. If you see this one in determiners and pronouns, both in singular and plural, you see there is no difference or no sense for his and its, because they end with the letter S. But of course there is another one where it changes, that is my changes to my, not mice. The rest all are added an additional S from determiners to pronoun. And now let's have a look at this one. It might be written in front of a playground. Look at this. Here you might guess, giant kids playground. Whose playground actually? Is it a giant kids, or is it the playground, a giant one for the kids? So we need to rethink about the location of the apostrophe. Look at so let's see the golden rule of apostrophe here. Number one, it is that the letter S in possessives, it in singular form it is before the letter, but in plural it is after the letters, as given here in the boys, ladies, and the days, in 4 days time. In plural it comes after the letter S, but in singular it is before the letter. And another possessive where we have to be very careful is here. So it's with an apostrophe, it is not possessive here. It means it is or it has. Without apostrophe, this one, it is the possessive form. So we have to be a little careful about it. Okay, now let's have a look at this news headline about the launching of a smartphone here. You see here the headline is launched. What's launched? It should have been with an apostrophe. Even the headline of a newspaper can go wrong here. So anybody can make mistake, and we have to try to avoid such silly mistakes. We have to avoid it. And let's see some of the common mistakes that many people make here. You see the 3 sentences here. Number one, nouns and apostrophes here. Nouns is plural, and here it should be plural. Instead of that, it has become possessive because there was an unnecessary apostrophe here. In number 2 here, you see pupils entrance, as if the entrance is particularly for a particular student. In number 3 here, you see here learners week, as if it is a particular person. And still more, you see here frog's pitch. Okay, frog's pitch here. This is a French wine. It seems as if the wine that you see the title here, it is taken after a singular frog. I just cannot understand why this one. And some more mistakes here. Members, Mabel here. Okay, if the member here is singular and possessive, then who would he dance with? You see men's toilet, as if men is okay, we see here men is already plural. Here the only missing is an apostrophe here. Cyclist only here is a possessive form here. Cyclist what? It's missing. Now the last one, please replace the trolleys. Trolleys what? Because it's in possessive form. Something is missing. It should have been in plural form. And now let's see some unintentional mistakes that we may commit in punctuations. You see here, dextre. Okay, sorry, dexintre. Okay. Okay, in tray here, you look at the picture here. The in trays are the trays that we see on the desk or on the table here. Here, what the writer meant to say was that the trays, they belong to Dicks, but here I mean to Dick. But because of the absence of apostrophe here, the meaning has completely betrayed the intention, and you may just guess what it is there. Just guess it. And now, new members welcome drink. It seems the new members, they welcome to drink. They love to drink. This is another unintentional mistake here. Ladies hairdresser, another unintentional mistake here. In ladies, you see, is if lady there is anything like L-A-D-Y, instead of D-Y-I-E is there another apostrophe here. This apostrophe should have been after the letter S. And here, men's got here, got. This is the misplacement of an apostrophe. It is missing where it should be, and it is there where it should not be. And some plain illiteracy in making punctuation marks here, giving the full name and title of the person, whose details. This whose details, it should have been W-H-O-S-E, whose. This is a very silly mistake. Another one here. Make our customers' lives easier. Lives in plural form, it is turned into possessive form. It should have been without apostrophe here. And the last one you see here on a birthday card, you're 21 today. Your is possessive. What? Your what? It should have been you are, which is pronounced your. Okay. Now coming to the Bible here, suppose we have Luke chapter 23 verse 43, where Jesus says, "Verily I say unto thee, today thou shalt be with me in paradise." Of course, everybody wants to go to paradise, but let's stay with a while let's stay for a while with me and continue here. This same sentence can be written like this: "Verily I say unto thee today, thou shalt be with me in paradise." Here, what is the difference? The difference is only in the location of the comma. Because of this, you see in the first sentence, when do you go to paradise? Today. Today thou shalt be with me in paradise. So you go to paradise today. But in the second one, when do you go to paradise? It is said, "Verily I say unto thee, today." Means speaking is today, but when shall you go to paradise is nowhere mentioned. So you'll go to paradise someday. Not particular day is mentioned here. This because of the location of comma. And here, look at the lady here. She is Prime Minister Sharif's daughter, ex-Pakistani Prime Minister Sharif's daughter. When she came to the court to read her statement, she was reading commas, full stops in the court. And when she was stopped for that, you see her response is that she's doing that because change in punctuation could change meaning. So you see that punctuation can save lives. So that's the importance of punctuation. So we see that punctuation, it can break or make sentences. It can break or make our lives. So we should be careful about punctuation, and we should study more about it. Thank you.